Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live. Peace.
Yeah, I thought he was like James obviously suffered from a broken nose. I don't think that very well. It was quite early on in the fight. It was about 4th round or something. I'm not sure the exact round. See all that. But he had a bad clip round, didn't he? And to be honest, I just thought that. See, all that laying around on the ropes to me is not. It always makes the other guy look better than he is, and there was a lot of that going on, and unfortunately that caught the judge's eye, and he was busy with it. He kept coming forward and coming forward and coming forward, and that's the scoring. I think if James had gone out and take the centre of the ring and kept the fella on his back foot, not let him set himself, it would have been a different fight. So what we're trying to do is make the rematch. Speak to Al Hayner and see what we can do.
Is there a rematch clause?
I don't know. See, I only done a deal with them, but they brought their own fighter. I didn't make the match, they made the match.
Some big upsets this year, like Pacquiao losing to Jeff Ward and stuff. Do you think that's the upset of the year?
I think so. Yeah, I've got to be honest. I haven't been a big favourite going into the fight. It was for me, it's a big upset. Yeah, it is an upset, no doubt about that. And but you've got to take into consideration his shoulder. He weren't letting the shots. He wasn't flowing, was he? His punches weren't flowing. And I think part of that was probably mentally, with his shoulder. But it held up for the 12 rounds. So now, now what he's got to do is get Christmas out of the way. We will try hard if we can make a rematch for the spring.
Very big setback for his career, isn't it?
It is a setback. Any loss is a setback. You're a champion, you lose your title. But champions come back and win it. We've seen loads of fighters over the years. I think Nigel Benn lose his title. Eubanks lose his title. Lots of guys do it. It's all about coming back and regaining it.
Frank, so it was the 5th that his nose was broken when he had that onslaught.
I think it was a bit bleeding.
When he was bloody, when he was bloodied up, yeah.
Just being on the ropes all the time was not. Weren't good tactics in my opinion.
Frank, apologies if you already mentioned. So the shoulder was just more of a mental block. So there's nothing.
I don't know. He didn't seem that he was too worried, did he? I don't think there was any complaints about that. It can be, and you've got to get, you do all the sparring. I'm sure he's tested the life out of it in sparring.
Absolutely.
But when it comes to the fight, that's a different thing. It's not sparring, is it? Nobody can just say, "Oh, stop, hold up here." You've got your carry and you've got to fight. But he did, he could have he could have won the fight. I think he let the other fella make it his fight, and he looked the aggressor all the time by coming forward. And obviously that caught the judge's eyes.
Do you think he came back too soon, Frank?
Sorry?
Do you think James came back too soon?
No, I don't. He's come back and he's had his fight. That's it. I just think he got his tactics right.
Remind me of similar situations in your long career as a promoter.
Have I seen that happen before? They have loads of time. It's nothing unusual, is it? As I say, I think Big Selby, I thought he was going to have an easier night than just these guys, people come to fight, they come in to take your world titles, they fancy the job, and you let them into the fight, they're going to take advantage of it. And I think that, that the fight for James, if James has stamped his authority on it as soon as early on in the fight, it would have been a good result.
Frank, it's been said before that James takes his foot off the gas. Do you think that's what's happened again today as well?
I think I've seen him where, and I was talking about it the other day, before the press conference and during the press conference, I've seen him in fights where the middle rounds he lets it slip away from him, and then he jumps on them at the, in the latter rounds, and I've seen him do that on numerous occasions. And he was saying he thinks that was because of his shoulder, because he was worried about that, he weren't going to last the fight. I just don't. I think what he was trying to do is obviously he's naturally he's a counter puncher. That's how he fights. A southpaw's a counter puncher. And I think when he was on the ropes, he just wasn't letting his shots go. He wasn't. It was single shots where you'd like to see him put 3 or 4 together. And I'd like to see him, be more authoritative with his jab. He's got a really good jab to come out and use his jab. And certainly when he was you know, that guy, every time he'd come in, he was dropping his left hand, he was leaning forward. You know, I want to see some uppercuts come in there. But I'm sure he'll look at it. As I say, he's been out for a while and he's got to get back in there and do it.
How tough mentally would be tough? Would it be for James to come back from this fight?
Sorry?
How tough mentally would it be?
Well, it's got to be tough. You've got to be. If you're a boxer and you're a champion, you've got to be tough mentally, you know. That's what it's all about, isn't it? You know, you have a bad day at the office, you've got to push it to the back of your mind, you've got to learn from it, back in the ring again, or back in the office again, and show him what you made of it. I mean, it's not like he's a washed-up fighter, is it? I mean, he's still a young man, he's only 30. And he's not, what's he had now, Jack? About 25. 25. You know, that's not a lot of fights for a guy these days.
He was talking in the ring afterwards about making changes. Do you think he needs big changes or just little tweaks?
I don't know what his change is going to be. I mean, you know, he's that's up to him. I mean, I know what I'm going to say when I see him, but I mean, that's between me and. He might not want to hear it, might tell him to piss off, mind my own business, but the facts of life is you watch it and you can only say what you think. And that's why I went to the corner at the 10th round. I said, you're behind in this fight, you're behind, you need to win these next 2 rounds at least. And in the last round, I jumped out and I don't see him turn around. I said, James, you've got to knock him out. Get out there, you've got to knock him out. And I screamed at him and he looked at me quizzically. And I thought, you know.
Do you think the Jack fight's taken anything out of him? The Badou Jack fight?
Oh, yeah, they were tough fights for him. He's had a nice break, hasn't he? It's not like he's been, you know, he's had, as much as he's had the operation, his body's had a good time to recuperate and get over that.
Sorry, did you speak to Josh after the Selby fight?
Yes, I did.
I suppose you'd like to share that information.
He said, get him in that ring as soon as you can.
Do you think it might be worthwhile having another one?
Sorry?
Boxing both of them again before going in the summer?
You know, we will. Josh Warrington's next fight will be a big fight. Big fight. And we're going to do it unbroken. And that'll be in early May.
We've got a date booked for Alan Road.
We've got a date booked, yeah.
You got any plans for Anthony Yard for next year?
I've got lots of plans, I hope. The most important plan is for him to sit down and watch that fight. And Tunde, I'm sure they'll sit down and look at him. And he done, you know, just it stopped somebody who's never been stopped, who at one stage had a 25 winning streak record. His last fight, he fought for the European against Stiglitz, who's no slouch, and it was a split decision, and everybody thought that he actually beat Stiglitz. And I knew that he was going to give him a tough fight. I knew it was going to be a tough fight for him. I knew the guy was very experienced. He had a very good amateur career. And you've got to be, you know, put it all in perspective, as I keep banging on about with Anthony. He's had 12 amateur fights, and I think that was his 13th. Was it his 13th? 14th fight he was going into. So you look at the wealth of experience that I can't even pronounce the guy's name.
See a clock.
That's easy for you to say. But if you look at him and you think to yourself, you know, for me it shows, you know, how good he is with the lack of experience that he's had, and he's still got a long way to go. You know, that guy caught him a few right-handers in the fight, and he learned from that. But it's difficult when you've got somebody such a devastating puncher, and there's no doubt about it, he's a devastating puncher. I mean, to say that guy's never been stopped, and he said after he's never been hit like that.
Back to James, there's no new problem with the shot.
I've got no idea. It's got the hospital on the nose. Hopefully not. I don't know.
Just heading back to Anthony Yard, light heavyweight division has somewhat opened up a little bit with Andre Ward's retirement, although some of the trinkets are being picked up. Still seems like quite a top-heavy division. I was just wondering about what ideas you have with matching him next. I know the only fights obviously been mentioned, but
He's going to fight in February. We're going to do a show here in February, and he will, as I say, fight here, and we will. I want him to get experience. It's not, you know, this is not a 100-yard dash or 100-meter dash, as they say these days. It's a marathon, and that's what we've got to do. And he needs experience. I can see that. I'm watching that tonight, and I know what he really does well, and I know what he needs to do to improve. You know, to get himself into the position as he wants to be, because he's quite a meticulous guy. You know, when he goes into fights, you know he's thinking about the shots he's going to throw. And I've had discussions with that, and he's very quite particular with what I want to see now. I want to see him work a bit better on his defence, which they will do.
Frank, if you can make the rematch again for James with Caleb, do you think it would be a big fight in the US, or could you see it happening back here?
It's got to be here, and nobody give monkeys back in the US about it.
Yeah.
With the greatest respect, it's got to be here. That's where it's. They might, you know, they might have other ideas now. I don't know. We'll see.
What about Daniel Dubois, Frank? You said he's frightened you before. Did he frighten you again tonight?
I think he frightened. Well, I don't say frightened the opposition, because I think that guy is a very brave and, you know, very tough guy. He's a brave guy, but he did what he had to do. And somebody said to me the comparison between him and Anthony Joshua. Why did we make the match? Joshua had already stopped him in 2 rounds. But Anthony's not, you know, he's not fought in the world amateur heavyweight championships and lost a dodgy decision. He's not won a gold medal in the Olympic Games. He's not 28 years of age. He's just turned 20, and he did what he had to do. I get excited about a lot of these youngsters, and I get excited about Anthony. I think he is the real deal. And you know, if I said to him tomorrow, "You're fighting Anthony Joshua," he would say to me, "When, where, what time I've got to be there?" Because that's the mentality that he's got, which he's a real, you know, cool character. He's gradually coming out of his shell now, but he knows what he wants, and you know, you don't even have to discuss or talk about fighters' records. It'll be, you know, when, and it's, you know, it's our job to make sure that we make the right moves at the right time.
Do you know that he took out Darsham exactly the same?
Sorry?
He took out Darsham exactly the same amount of time as Joshua, like to the second. It was exactly the same.
Was it really?
Time in the second round.
Like 20 years ago. And he only had 7 senior amateur bouts. That's all
supposed to
he
be
had.
comparing them, Frank.
Not that there's any comparison at all. Listen, the crowd love it. You know, we all get. Everyone loves guys who can punch and are exciting. You know, Anthony Joshua is exciting. There's been some really exciting fights, and it's the same now with Daniel and with Anthony Yard. They're exciting fights. All good?
Yeah.
Thank you. Right. What's your
Ain't no other sight in the game, 'cause see the boxing voice.